friends, don't mind us. We're just taking advantage of a gas war here, even though it's going to make getting out of here kind of miserable. Friends, you ought to be using Gas Buddy to get the best prices possible, and not every station is the same. We are headed to Swallow Falls State Park, where it is going to be a very rainy weekend. Have you looked at the weather recently?
100% on Friday, and Saturday. I haven't checked the hourly yet again on Saturday, but Saturday looked okay. And then Sunday, again, rainy. And it's going to be chilly on top of that.
So it sounds like Cooper's Rock last year, 2.0, and actually Swallow Falls is not too far from Cooper's Rock, so I feel like it's going to be a similar circumstance. But we've got a lot of fun stuff planned for this trip, so as long as the creek doesn't get too high, we got a really cool hike actually planned for Saturday mornings. But yeah, as soon as we can figure out how to get out of this here gas station, we got some guy parked next to us now, so it's making life difficult, but we're going to see if we can't get out of here, and then we will see you on the road. Friends, we've made it here to Site 35 at Swallow Falls State Park. What do you think of the site?
It's a big site. Bigger than I was expecting.
William has a wrench. That's what the banging is. I forgot batteries for the drill for the stabilizers, so always bring a wrench
William.
of the appropriate size so that you can turn them by hand or ratchet. And then don't give your kid the wrench.
No, don't do that.
But anyhow, it's a fairly large site here in the Hemlock forest.
Yeah, bigger than what I was expecting. I was starting to get really concerned about the size of the site, just looking at things online and everything. But it's very spacious.
This place is extremely remote. You'll notice the road that we took to get here is very remote where we're at. There's not many electric sites here. This is a no hookups situation. We do have a generator. They just ask that you don't run those during quiet hours, which I think is what, 10?
10 p.m. to 7 a.m.
Yeah, so you can run them pretty late. That's kind of concerning. I hope no one else is. We don't like to run ours while we're out. So. So friends, this is our first ever camping experience in the state of Maryland. Definitely our first Maryland state park that we're bringing to the channel. I have no ambitions to do every state park in any states, really. I'm just trying to hit essentially the best of the best when it comes to camping areas in the northeastern United States. And this one's highly regarded. Now, these sites here at Swallow Falls, there's very few with electric. There's these three back here that are across from us. They all have essentially full hookups. I'm not sure if those are seasonal or like a permanent site or what the deal with those is. And then there's three other ones with electric in the other loop that's currently closed. These sites are very well built and constructed. I really appreciate it. State parks we've been to in Virginia, I'd rate their sites a 10. I would give these probably a 9. They're very well built, they're very level, and very well maintained. Everything around here. You can tell someone's been out blowing leaves away from the sites and things like that. We're kind of walking around the campground now, which is something we don't do a lot of these days. I thought it would be nice to get a good look around the campground while the weather's nice. Tomorrow could be very sketchy as far as weather, and then Saturday could be nice. We're gonna go check out the trail here at Swallow Falls tomorrow morning before it rains too much. It'd be nice if we could see it before and after the rainstorm. That'd be cool. And then Saturday we're gonna do a long hike down to the Potomac River. Definitely check that out. That'll be next week's episode, I'm sure. They do have cabins here at the state park, and if you look at the outside, they look really nice and well built and well maintained, just like everything else around here. I have no idea what the inside's like, but if it's anything like the outside, I would say it's good. So definitely something to look into, especially, you know, if you're an RVer and you're not capable of going places with no electricity. You know, a cabin like this, you kind of are going to get a similar experience. So yeah, I definitely think these are nice. And look at this one, it's a big driveway. And also, friends, there are some really nice playgrounds here at the campground, which, you know, if you have kids like we do, that is a very helpful thing. Hopefully on Saturday the weather's nice, we can bring her over here. But these are kind of old school classic fun, which are the type of playgrounds that, you know, I kind of like the most. And definitely, you know, built to last and very well maintained like everything else around here. So that's definitely something we've come to appreciate. Well, friends, we always enjoy it whenever we can leave straight from our site to go on a hike, and so that's what we're doing this morning. What do you think of the weather?
It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
This morning we were supposed to get something like 3/4 of an inch of rain, depending on, you know, which city you use for your radar around here. I was using Oakland, Maryland. So right now it's not raining too bad. But we don't have the good camera with us because we don't want to get it wet, so we're doing some phone filming and GoPro stuff. We're going over to the main falls. What's it called? There's Swallow Falls, and what's the other one?
There's Tulliver Falls, and there's 2 other falls that I don't remember the name of.
So we should just be able to walk just past the camp store and then hit the trail, and it's like, what, a mile and a quarter or something?
Loop trail.
So
Called
yeah.
the Canyon Trail.
Canyon Trail.
Canyon Trail. It's got a really nice sign. Really pretty.
Well, friends, and as you can tell, spring is finally here. The trees are really starting to blossom everywhere you go, and so we're just really excited about spring, really. They do say April showers bring May flowers, and I think we're getting the full dose of April showers on this trip, but we need the rain really bad, so we're excited about that. And in many places around here, there's quite a bit of virgin hemlock. Rachel was just reading the sign. What's it say?
It says it's a 37-acre area of virgin hemlock. It's the last area like this in the state of Maryland. So cutting and development are restricted to an absolute minimum. And some of the trees in this grove, it's called the Youghiogheny Grove, some of the trees in this grove are estimated to be over 300 years old.
So these may be some of the oldest ones that we've seen. I actually forgot that this was here, to be honest with you. So seeing the sign, instantly got excited. So the sign here says that Muddy Creek Falls is such a beautiful place that even some of the richest people in the world at the time, back in the early 1900s, came here and camped here to enjoy the peaceful location of the falls. As you'll see here in a minute, it's pretty spectacular. In this area, they're not very restrictive as to where you can go, which is nice. A lot of places like this you come to and you can't get right up next to the water, but here you can. As you know, we got quite a bit of rain overnight, so the water's really moving, which is why I wanted to come here this morning in case we got more rain. Right now it looks pretty good, I'd say. About as good as what you're gonna get. Don't really know how tall this is, but it is a fairly tall waterfall. I love that this whole area, you can see around me the rhododendrons. I love walking through rhododendrons. Hopefully tomorrow's hike will be filled with a lot more of that. We haven't got to do a lot of that lately. Like these very rhododendron-y, rocky places. I love it. But yeah, man, this is the kind of stuff that we come to see. And luckily we found it. And luckily it's not raining. So we're getting pretty good luck here with the weather.
Nice.
Is it good?
This is turning out to be one of my most favorite waterfall hikes we've ever done. And we've done a lot of waterfall hikes.
Yeah.
I like this one.
I mean, just look where we're at. I mean, we're kind of in like a little cavern cave thing here. I like it.
Thanks.
So this here, friends, looks to be Lower Swallow Falls, and this here is the Youghiogheny River. And sort of up there you can see, that should be the Upper Swallow Falls. I'm sure that the river normally isn't this high, but then again it is spring, so it's probably about normal. But it is gorgeous down here, walking through this gorge. I think we're on the canyon loop, but I'm not 100% sure. Not particularly good markings on the trails around here, but it's been a very pretty walk. Friends, one thing I don't know if I've highlighted enough on this video, but this old hemlock grove that we're walking in, you can tell these trees are old and they're gnarly and very impressive. It's kind of cool, you know, when a forest trees are dying of old age. It's kind of jungle-like. You can tell it's very untouched, and it's just, maybe the trees don't look quite so healthy, maybe, because I don't know if that's really the way to describe it, but like, there are some forestry practices that actually do help the health of the trees, and you know, you get straighter growing, healthier trees, and they're just gnarly, and it's just really cool to walk through. I mean, here behind me, this is a pretty good maybe example of what I'm talking about. It's just as impressive as the falls on the Youghiogheny. The trail is well maintained. They've got a lot of these nice boardwalks. So, you know, it's a good trail. This is a good experience.
So this trail is really special. This is one of those trails where you can branch off and explore as much as you want to. They are not corralling you towards one location. You can branch off and take a look at this or go this way and see something cool. And there's a lot of different unique things about this hike, not just the waterfalls. The rock formations, the trees, it's all really special.
I mean, you can see the rocks just up there. It really reminds me, I mean, it feels like we're on the Potomac River almost, down on the Youghiogheny with the big rocks and stuff. Of course, we're not far from the Potomac. Hopefully tomorrow we're going there.
I like this trail
but, I mean,
a lot.
this is a huge rock here. Yeah, I really appreciate this park. It's truly special. Probably the best that we've been on as far as like local type of thing. You know, we've seen nice stuff far away, but this, I think it only took us like 2.5 hours or something to get to the campground, so I kind of consider that local. So that effectively ends our journey through the canyon trail here at the Swallow Falls State Park in Maryland. I would say this is definitely a hidden gem. Western Maryland, you know, waterfall wonderland type of thing. I mean, complete with a hemlock grove that is just awesome. I think that effectively ends this episode. Anything you want to say?
This is, it's a very small state park, but it's so worth it. And like I said, that's a short trail, but wow, the payoff is huge.
Yeah, it's only a mile.
Only a mile, so, and also, if you come here in the summer, which I would recommend doing, you can swim, like, right in the river.
Yeah, it is
in
permitted.
multiple places, so.
But yeah, that ends this episode. Next week, we're going to go over to the highest point in Maryland. So we're still going to be camping here, taking you to the Maryland High Point, and then we'll see where else we end up. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. We're almost to 1,000. I think we're probably going to hit 800 within the next day or so. So let's keep this thing rolling, and we'll see you next week.